Well, hey guys, this is going to be a little bit different video, as you guys can maybe tell by the title being a little bit different than usual, and also I usually don't start these videos out like this, talking to you guys on camera. This one's going to be a little bit different in that instead of trash to treasure, it's time to basically make this series just trash to trash. I'm scrapping this project entirely. I'm not going to be working on it anymore, and so I wanted to make this video not necessarily as like an apology video, though I do feel really bad about it. I just wanted to talk to you guys. I feel basically, okay, I'll just turn this experience into something positive by just talking about my experience with this anyway. So I don't want to work on this kit anymore, so that's basically what it comes down to. I'm just not feeling any motivation to work on it. I'm not interested in working on it. I'm not really enjoying working on it. So I just don't really want to work on it anymore, to be honest. And honestly, it's just kind of stressing me out, like knowing that I need to work on it because it's a series. And that's the hardest part, is that I know that it's a series that a lot of you guys really like. You're enjoying just watching this kit come together. And a lot of people like to see these videos for like all the modifications and stuff that I can do, that I'm working on, and how I'm changing the kit anyway, what I'm doing with this series of videos. I know a lot of you guys like these videos, so that's why it's really difficult for me to trash this project, because I know a lot of you guys like that. I'm just not enjoying it at all. So like I said, I think it could be due to a lot of different reasons. Number one, I just don't really like the design of the GP02 that much in general. You know, that's the whole point, is that I'm trying to change it and do my best with it, turning it into something that I do like. And I do like where I'm going with it. It's just that the work going into it, it's just taking a long time, and it's going to take a long time. And I think it is probably also due to the fact that, you know, just maybe poor planning on my part. You know, when you're going into custom projects and things like that, it helps to plan things out. And I think the way that I work on stuff is I don't really usually have that much of a plan. I have an idea, but I don't, you know, plan things out in extensive detail. And, you know, guys, like for a project like this, I think that, I mean, I don't know, it could be a bad thing. I don't necessarily think it's that bad of a thing. I think the way that, like, the process of how I work on kits, just being kind of free flow, is not necessarily bad. But I don't know, that could be a reason why, or part of the reason anyway, why, you know, I'm just not really enjoying work on this. Another is just lack of skill, lack of, you know, just like technical skill. And honestly, to do some of the things that I want to do, I'm just not really that good at doing some of the things that I want to do with this. So like trying to do it, and then trying to do it well, and it's just stressing me out. And I think that's, you know, as you're learning new skills and developing your skills in the hobby, you probably will come across that as well too. It could be with, you know, scratch building or modification, or even that might happen to you with something like painting or something, you know, whatever. You'll come across that, and I don't know. I guess it's kind of, it's not something that I'm just like saying, oh, I want to give up on doing any sort of scratch building or kind of like custom modification. Obviously not. It's just there's certain types of scratch building, I don't know, I'm just not really that good at it, and so it's not necessarily something that I want to just quit doing. And you know, I'll keep practicing at it little by little, but I think trying to do a lot of it throughout an entire kit, you know, I think doing a little bit here and there, I think is probably better for me, and maybe better for you guys as well too. I don't know, it depends on you, but I think if I'm like working on practicing those skills like a little bit at a time, on a little bit on this kit and then a little bit more on the next kit, I think, you know, it's probably better for me personally. And again, this is all just for me, in my personal way of building as well too. For me, as I've talked about, you know, before, and also pretty recently, that, you know, what I really like to build is where I'll do like a little bit of changes, a little bit of modification, but I really like to just like not spend months and months working on a project. It's just not what I enjoy. For some people, it is what they enjoy, and they do amazing work, and that's awesome. And you know, I every once in a while try to do a project like this, and even in the past, like working on the Tristan, I'm just thinking about like other projects that I spent a lot more time on. like the Tristan, my GBWC entry too, where I did the Gunpla Grays kind of kit bash and then worked on that. I did make it through that one as well too, but also just didn't really enjoy that one as much either, to be honest. So there's certain parts of the building process that I like and certain parts that I'm just realizing, as time goes by more and more that I just don't really like doing. So, I guess you'll probably in your Gunpla experience find that to be the case for you at certain points maybe as well too. Maybe not, but another reason undoubtedly too, I think is just kind of our upcoming move later this year. My family and I were moving to the US, so I think, there's a lot of things that are involved with that, a lot of things to consider, a lot of things on my mind. It's kind of a heavy thing, super heavy thing. And so to also have this kind of thing that's on my mind as well too, that I need to work on this, that I'm not really enjoying that. It's kind of just one more thing that I just can't really take at the moment, to be honest. And I know what some of you guys are gonna say, and this would be like if this was someone else, this would be my advice to them as well too, is like, we'll be just put it to the side for a while and then, work on it a little bit here and there. Don't like pressure yourself to finish it right away, or, just work on it later when you're feeling more inspired about it. And yeah, that's what I would say to someone else too. But I mean, I don't even think that that's even what I'm going to do with this. I'm not going to just shelve the project because honestly, I have a shelf full of other projects that are kind of also in the state of who knows when I'm ever gonna finish them as well too. That honestly, I don't know when I'm gonna finish some of these as well too, but I am at least more interested in getting back to them. This one, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be interested in ever coming back to it. So, just putting it up on the shelf and just shelving it for the time being, honestly, it's just taking up space and I probably will never come back to working on it again. So I don't think I'm gonna do that, but like I said, if it's you guys, if it was someone else, I would maybe advise that. I just know that for me, in this particular case, I don't even want to work on this anytime in the future. I don't think, I think this is the kind of thing that I'll feel a lot better once I know that I am just not going to work on it anymore ever again. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's a shame too because I like a lot of the stuff that I've done so far. I'm not really sure I'm really liking how the head is looking, to be honest. The arms I think though are looking good, and like what I've got going on so far on the legs I think is looking pretty good as well too. So I mean there's definitely parts that I've done so far that it's kind of a shame to now just kind of throw away. But I don't know. I think for moving forward and working on more stuff that I'm more interested in, it's good to just kind of let things go sometimes. So, I've done a lot of things that I like on this, but, it's just all for the sake of good experience and practice anyway, that I can do similar stuff on other projects and things down the line in the future. And I definitely plan on keeping some of the parts of this, and I'm not just going to dump the whole thing in the trash. I plan on keeping some parts and I'll use for other future projects. And like the arms, like I mentioned, I do like how the arms are looking. I might just keep the arms and use them for some future kit bash as well too, where I'll just, completely swap out the arms on some 100 scale build or something at some point. So I don't know, I'll keep some parts of it, throw some parts of it in the trash, but this series for now going to be coming to an end. I do, if I ever want to do another trash to treasure series again, honestly at this point I'm kind of not sure, because I really struggled getting through the Tristan, and now this one is, obviously coming to this point now. I don't know if it's a series that I'll want to do again at this point, but that said, it's just the name of a series. You guys will still see plenty of videos where I'll be doing basically the same kind of thing, just not to the large extent of what I want to do with these type of kits. Ultimately the idea of the series is turning a kit that's not very good into something better, so there's really no reason to do as much work as I was doing on these. And even what I was doing, it's not, like you can see lots of builders out there who are doing like way more work, so I don't want to oversell it as in like I was doing a ton of work on this. I was doing the amount of work that I was doing on this anyway is just more than I think is what's enjoyable for me as a builder. So if or when I ever do another Trash to Treasure series, it will not be so extensive. It'll just be kind of like basic things to take a kit that's not very good, basically addressing the weak points of what makes a kit not very good, and then turning it into something better, into treasure as it were. So Trash to Treasure for now is done. I don't know if I'll do another series of it again in the future, but we'll see. But like I said, I know what you guys like about this series is that, you know, seeing the customization and the modifications and things like that. And so that's something that I'll definitely be doing, just in smaller portions on everything. So, you know, whatever you guys see me working on more in the future, there'll always be some of that, a little bit of that in each build, but just I think maybe at least for the foreseeable future, nothing where I'll be doing that like all over the kit. Anyway, so I'm sorry about this, guys. Sorry to have to bring you this bad news, but hopefully you guys understand, and hopefully this whole experience as well too, as in this current experience that I'm explaining, is helpful for you guys as well too. Maybe you've had a similar experience or something, or maybe you've also kind of had that, you know, what I think would be the worst case scenario is just to get like completely burnt out on building at all, and that's I don't want to run myself into that point, and then just so I hope that you guys wouldn't run yourselves into that point as well too. If you're ever like in the state of a project similar to me, I hope you guys would maybe follow my example and just trash it and move on. I think that's probably the best thing to do, rather than like try to force yourself to do it or have it like sitting up on the shelf and just kind of lingering around. I don't know. I think sometimes it's okay to just trash to trash and just move on and work on other treasures. So anyway, that's it, guys. So if you have questions, I guess, about the process in general, though, or any other experience, if you have similar experience, share that down below in the comment section. But as always, thank you so much for your support during these stressful times, but more interesting and other better stuff to come, I think. Anyway, so all right, that's it for today, guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye.